Our first guest tonight is an Academy Award-nominated actress you know from films such as Mank, Mamma Mia, and Mean Girls. She stars as Elizabeth Holmes in The Dropout, which premieres on Hulu March 3rd. Let's take a look.
Here at Theranos, we are developing new technology.
Here at Theranos, we are developing new technology.
This is an inspiring step forward.
Forward.
Please welcome back to the show, Amanda Seyfried, everybody. Hello.
So warm here.
It is so lovely to have you. You are such a friend of the show, and you haven't even, it hasn't even been that long since the last time you were here, and we just want you to stop by whenever you feel like it.
It's warm, the lighting's warm, it's
Yep.
not as cold as it could be, and you guys are really, really sweet, so
That's nice. I mean, you just
great
met them.
place.
You just met them.
I feel like by association. you
Yeah,
must be really
that's very
nice.
safe. That is a safe thing. Hey, I always do like to check in on the animals in your life.
Yeah.
You live a farm life. You have much in the way of animal pets.
I do.
And how are they all doing?
Yeah, I mean, everybody was accounted for this morning.
So that's a big part of your morning is accounting.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny, accounting, not the same as math. I'm bad at it, but
No.
I do have to count all the chickens, and because we have so many, I brought you some eggs.
Did you really?
Yeah, they happen to be right here. I actually was late, not kidding. I was late, so late today, because I forgot the eggs and I had said I would bring them. So I was like, I have to keep my word. So I went back. It was really out of the way, but anyway.
You're making me feel a little bad about this gift.
I'm sure
Like,
you have something for me.
You shouldn't give a gift and go, anyway, it was really out of the way.
Anyway, it was like I just wanted you to know how much I appreciate my eggs, and I
And
really
these are
love giving eggs.
laid this morning?
Those were yesterday. I did it
Yeah.
last night. I set it aside,
Okay, great.
and I put the ribbon on. I got an Amazon new egg crates, but yeah, no, it's a great gift. I just love them, and you know
We love fresh eggs in our family. This is a big deal. We're
great.
very happy about that. How many chicken are you at right now? Well, how many do you have? I mean, you
10.
10? I mean, if you
10.
don't know.
Sorry, yeah, we have 10. We have 10, but we recently we had a loss, you know, of a goat,
A goat.
not a chicken.
You mentioned this on Instagram.
So like I keep tabs of all the animals, and it's like
and this is a very
farm
sad
life.
thing to talk about on National Pig Day. I don't know if you know.
It's Fosnot Day as well.
What day is it?
Fosnot.
What's
So when I
Fosnot?
saw the National Pig Day thing, I was like, oh, that's great. We could celebrate that. But like, Fosnot donuts.
What are you talking about?
I feel really embarrassed because I feel like maybe this is a long-running joke that my mom's been playing on me just so she would get me in this position to talk about it on TV, and it's not even real.
It's
Oh
a
my
holiday called
Yes!
Fosnot Day? And
every few
Wait, so
months.
do you really
Tell
know
me
it?
it's real.
Okay.
I was like, wow, my mom is so smart, and she plays
Is
the long game.
Fosnot a kind of donut? Okay, great. We're really leaning on the audience.
Thank you. So it's a real. So happy Pig Day. Happy
Yeah, so
Donut Day.
feed a weird donut to your pig, by all means. All right, so which of the goats is lost? Oh, that's very
Josie,
sad.
she was pretty old, and you know she had a great life.
That's really sweet.
I know
And-
it's really weird when you lose animals that didn't live in your house.
well, sorry, again.
I don't know. I actually.
I mean, I think it'd be weird if they
Why?
lived in your house, too.
Well, no, I mean like dogs and cats.
Oh, I see what you mean.
So
Yes, of
you're- yeah.
course. Yeah, to lose a farm animal, right? Because I would
Yeah.
imagine it's a little. Is it easier? But you seem so connected to your farm animals.
It is easy in a way. Like I guess I'm just used to it. Isn't that weird to be used to that?
Yeah, but I think that's part of the. I don't know. The wonder of farm life is you do learn, Carter, the circle of life, and.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm sorry. I should have told you to put on your noise canceling as I. You know, I don't know. We've talked a lot about the animals that live on your farm. Do you know the goat story of my life? There was a real story of my life. My wife's father, my father-in-law, before he was my father-in-law, and I was just dating his daughter, he had a goat named Raisin, who is also no longer with us. That's Raisin.
That is like the Hercules of goats.
It's a beautiful goat.
That is a stunner.
This is proof that Raisin and I were close. And Raisin was one of the reasons.
Oh my God, his head against yours.
I know, it's really sweet. And that's why I wanted to.
Raisin's no longer.
He's no longer with us, yeah. He moved to LA to be an actor.
Okay.
Do you find goats to be? My father-in-law swears by them as very affectionate animals. Are your goats affectionate?
Yeah, we have some dudes that just too cool for what? I don't know,
exactly.
but too cool for me for sure. But then we have one who's cool, really cute, and then we have two who are just God, they're just amazing. They were just like Josie. Actually, who we lost. But they're amazing, and they love getting their
Yeah, that's
horns.
a great scratch. Scratching a goat is a good feeling.
Yeah, and the smell in your hands. It's really actually a very cathartic experience for both of you.
Yeah, you should open up like
crazy.
a New York spa where people just come in and rub a goat's.
You know what? That's the thing about like the goat yoga. I'm not tapping into a new.
You're not
thing.
doing, yeah.
They've already been tapped. Like
Yes.
goat yoga has like.
Have you
goats are
done
now a
goat
thing.
yoga?
No.
Yeah.
Why would you?
Yeah, I don't.
Why would you? I don't know. Maybe it's great. Actually, I'm not going to knock it, but like I don't know if you know this, but they don't have any control of when they poop. So like, why would you want to?
Yeah, exactly. So you're playing Elizabeth Holmes, and you know, I think that this is a story that even those of us who don't follow, business or that world, we all learned about Elizabeth Holmes and Theranos and this company. Did you know much about her when this came to you?
I did, because I listened to The Dropout. I think
Which is a
probably
fantastic podcast.
Such a good podcast. I was into podcasts, and I was sitting around and I listened to it, and I was like, wow, this is fascinating. And then, I just like went on my judgy way.
Yeah.
And then this comes up a year and a half later, and I'm like, I gotta come at it from a different angle. And if you think about, as actors, like, we're all human. We know
Yes.
that, and our ability to be compassionate is hopefully working. And gosh, what a complicated person to be able to play. I feel so lucky, and yet I don't know anything about her, but her story is as fascinating or more than it was before.
While you were filming, she was found guilty on
Yes.
multiple counts.
Crazy.
That is obviously a crazy thing to happen in the middle of while you're
We
embodying
got
something.
dumped like 700 text messages one night in the middle of filming. And Liz Merriweather, the genius that she is, she's like, we're gonna use these. And in fact, one of the text messages was referring to a baby bird. And I was like, oh my God, there was a baby bird. And she's like, no, I thought she was referring to him as baby bird. And it's like, what is this baby bird? Do we need a baby bird on the show? How do we incorporate a bird? And like, what scene is it gonna be in? And or is it a metaphor for something? And it was a real like mind.
Are you
F.
not going to tell us what the bird was?
I don't know.
We still don't know?
No, but also apparently you couldn't afford a baby bird.
Really?
And the line producer was like, we can't.
Really?
And we were like, all right, I guess, because we don't know anyway, but we were just guessing. It's all
By the way, the
guesses.
show looks fantastic. It seems like it has a pretty robust budget. I can't believe Baby Bird was like the kill point. Oh, we could do a Baby Bird, but there's no pizza at the crew
Nobody
party.
gets fed for a week.
Oh yeah, you gotta feed the birds.
You never,
you got that
budget.
farm life. You're like, it's never just a goat.
You're right. You don't know what baby birds eat. You don't know what they need.
They're
Could be
growing birds.
Super expensive.
One of the things, you've played real people before. You've never played a living person before.
True.
And a person who's, in the same generation as you. And
Yep.
I did read that when you were in the bedroom set that you had built, you realized that this is a person you also had things in common with.
We were essentially the same age. She had like the 17. I remember reading that issue. It wasn't she. I have to remember. This is a set. It was designed by a production designer. We had a set dresser, but I remembered like it really connected me to her because we were contemporaries. Like we were brought up in the same world where the same movies were playing, and like we knew the same music. I don't know her favorite. We think we do, but it was just, it really tied me to her. And it was also amazing to see these like YM magazines. And that magazine that had the stickers in it, you don't know because you were a boy. But like, remember when the magazines came with stickers?
What were the stickers of?
Boy bands.
Oh, yeah. I
Chad
don't.
Michael Murray. I don't know.
I'm very confused by this group of people tonight. Like, I get if you named your favorite boy band, but they just went for like that description of a
Well,
band.
because boy bands are a thing of the past-ish.
Ish. I
You
think
know,
it's
there were
back.
a lot more than there are now.
Yeah, they all died off like the dinosaurs.
Well, they didn't though, because they had a Christmas special. Whatever. I didn't see it. I missed it, but I.
It is a really cool role,
It's such a
playing
good
a very
role, yeah.
complicated person, and you're very good at this.
Thanks.
And thank you so much for being back on the show. It's always a delight.
So
to
exciting. Thanks for having me. Always.
Amanda Seyfried, everybody. The Dropout premieres on Hulu this Thursday with new episodes airing weekly through April 7th.